Okay, so quite often I talk to you about Dr. David R. Hawkins, and this is his story about how to reach enlightenment. Now, one of the teachings of Dr. Hawkins, there's a picture here. Okay, too good focus. But he said to refuse the cities. What are cities? Cities are magical powers. He said, refuse magical powers. He said the reason to refuse magical powers is because it's a spiritual trap. Now, let's talk about other people who use magical powers. Harry Potter has magical powers. He leaves the world of the muggles, that's normal humans who don't have magic, to go and live in the magical world, Hogwarts School, where he learns all about magic. Autobiography of a yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda. There's stories about masters who have got magical powers. These are dime store novels from the 1930s where there were stories about people from India that could do a rope trick. They could take a rope and it was like Jack and the Beanstalk. They could make the rope stand straight up and they could climb a rope, but the rope wasn't hanging from anything. It was a loose rope, you could whip the rope around and it would bend. It was very bendy, but they could make the rope become strong like a steel beam and they could climb it. There's stories in the Old Testament about somebody who could turn perhaps a rope into a snake. This book, Carlos Castaneda book, well, Castaneda and his people are sorcerers and they do sorcery, in other words, magics. This book, Yogic Sutras of Patanjali, is all about descriptions of magical powers. So the question arises with Dr. Hawkins and his Stairway to Enlightenment and refusing to do magic. What is the point of enlightenment? He calls it transcending the levels of consciousness, the stairway to enlightenment. I don't know. It's kind of a mystery, enlightenment. And if you want to experience the mystery of enlightenment, then you need some kind of a teaching as a guide to get there. If you want to become a magician, like Harry Potter, then you got to go to magician school at Hogwarts or some other school to learn magic. Spoiler alert, if you don't know anything about Harry Potter, I'm going to tell you something about it. You have a choice. You can turn me off. You're still there. In Harry Potter, the wizards who had powers, uh, one group fought with another group. The Dark Wizards, who were all about controlling everyone, and going and controlling the Muggles, the humans without magical powers, um, had a war with the wizards who uh, were not for that, and they used their magical powers in a great magical war. The thing about magic is it's things like potions, a love potion, which is about control. Someone comes up to you and says, "You're a magic person. Make me a love potion because there's a certain person that I want them to fall in love with me." See, it's control. You're controlling some other human. Say human. I mean, you could use it in some other realm, fairy realm or something. But you're using something to control somebody else, to take away their free choice. And you're calling it a magic potion. But really, what it is, it's a magic spell, and it's black magic, because you're taking someone's freedom to choose away from them. What other kind of magics are taking people's freedoms away? How about if you were going to have a spell where an invisibility spell? So you could be there and watch people, but they didn't know you were there. So you could look for whatever it is that they're doing. You're taking away their privacy. Or what if you wanted that invisibility spell because there was some awful people that you wanted to escape from? What if the awful people had magic and you didn't have it, and they were making you their prisoner? What if? How do you want your story to play out? I'm not having too much fun because I feel like I'm not having fun. Why am I not having fun? I don't feel very well. I feel like there's people who are very controlling, abusing me. Even though I quite often feel like this, it has something to do with my vibration. In other words, if I change my personality into somebody who enjoys having these people in my life, maybe I'll feel better. Generally speaking, though, I don't want these people in my life at all, to tell you the truth. But it's my vibration. And if I raise my vibration, then I might be more amenable to them. This is a seri, in other words, a change from one world to another. Now what? I'm supposed to entertain these beings. These beings, like you. I'm supposed to entertain you on YouTube. And sometimes I feel like I'm not very entertaining. Sometimes I look at the mouth moving and it seems like it's not moving at the right speed, and like the audio and the video aren't coordinated. I keep trying to figure out the name COVID-19. Why did they change it from coronavirus to COVID-19? It was just another strange thing that happens quite often. It was like Obama, he insisted that his enemy in Iraq was ISIL, but the news kept on calling it ISIS. Why did they use two different names? And Obama always called it ISIL. Why did we have a president named Obama who was chasing a man named Osama? There was a little slime named Malfoy Draco in Harry Potter. He was a mean-spirited little shit. And he tried to hurt Harry Potter. But at one point, when Malfoy was in danger, Harry Potter came and rescued him. So someone says it's eye for an eye justice, you're mean to me, I'm mean to you back. You're trying to kill me, I'm going to kill you. But Harry Potter teaches you, don't be like that person who's mean-spirited. And if you have the opportunity, Harry rescued this guy. Are you always going to rescue the people that are mean to you? Try and show them, there's a better way? Or are there certain people that after you've done this a number of times and they don't change their behavior, you just consider them toxic and, I'm not going to help you anymore? On the other side of the street, do you want magic powers? In Autobiography of a Yogi, one of Paramahansa Yogananda's people pulled a Jesus move. They died and they resurrected. Is our world magic or not? We live in a muggle's world, at least I do, where people don't believe in magic. If it's magic, it's considered like computer-generated animation or sleight of hand, which basically means you're very good at distracting my attention while something else I'm doing, you don't see it. Maybe I hypnotized you. Why is it a spiritual trap to use magic? Is every kind of magic a spiritual trap? And if you're a muggles, isn't being a muggles kind of a trap? I just mean, if you don't have any special powers to do anything other than, using your physical strength to do things, and using your mind to think up ideas to make money, or how to invent a new recipe. I mean, isn't using your mind kind of a magical thing? Your imagination, isn't that a magical thing? My viewers are finding this kind of dull and stale, so I'm going to cut it off here and try something.